Hello, welcome. My name's Deb, and this channel is called Awaken with Deb. I don't know why I feel really nervous all of a sudden. Okay, so a little bit about this channel. Right now it's alive. There's nobody in here, but this video probably will be uploaded onto YouTube later. So this channel started doing videos in February and daily ones since April. It's been a lot of fun. Ultimately, it's called Awaken with Deb. And so with that, we're just trying to uncover the layers of what it means to be human, right? We're trying to uncover the boxes, uncover the stories, uncover the paradigms, uncover the lies, uncover the things that don't serve us anymore. In my experiences of life, I have been thrown into vibrations and certain experiences where I it's I've been forced to have so much empathy for the negative sides that are experienced here on the dimension of Earth. And it's been kind of like my life goal to figure this out ever since I was super young, before even had a period to be able to have kids. I was just like, why would I want to have kids? This world does not seem like a very nice world. Why would I want to bring children into this world? And then as I grew up, I started thinking about business opportunities to be able to give back to the community. Like as a teenager, I wanted to build skate parks so that kids would have somewhere to go. And so there's always been this innate desire to find out why the world seems to suck so bad and how I can help others and have it not suck so bad. Within this journey, it has brought me to a level of awareness, compassion, and empathy that has allowed me to establish amazing connections within the community and just success with any type of employment that I walk into. And so these basics of self awareness, the basics of understanding who you are and the stories that are controlling your life, once you uncover that, it really does bring a new joy and ease about in the daily scheme of life. And that doesn't mean you have to quit your 9 to 5. I know everyone's talking about quitting your 9 to 5 and do whatever. Like, if that's an ultimate goal to be able to do something that doesn't require a 9 to 5, that's great. But maybe your passion does require a 9 to 5. Maybe you really do enjoy climbing the corporate ladder and being a leader for other people. And some people don't understand that there really can be a lot of joy found in a 9 to 5. There can be a lot of skills and qualities that you can learn within those. So just because so much of the spiritual world or entrepreneur world is saying, get out of your 9 to 5, it's a trap, blah, blah, blah. Like, yes, it is, but also don't feel like it's the end of your journey just because you can't get out of your 9 to 5. I've been doing a 9 to 5, and really it's like, 8 to 5:30. So it's worse than the 9 to 5 that everyone talks about. 8 to 5:30 for the last year. And that's was a really big shift. I haven't done actually, I don't know that yeah, I've done that. It's been a while. It's been like a decade or long. It's been longer than a decade since I've had to do that, because there was such a large chunk of my life where I did create a work schedule that I needed, and I was a single mom, so I had to have more flexible schedules, which also required having multiple jobs. So, okay. I've been talking for a few minutes now. I see that there's some people that have arrived, so I'm going to go back into introductions. Hello, Jimbo. My face feels really like itchy. I don't know what's up. Okay, Jimbo, you're sorry. That was hi. Hello, Jimbo. Hello, other people. My name's Deb. The channel is called Awaken with Deb. Really, it's about just tuning in to who we are as our core selves. And that can be a variety of different modalities. And Awaken just seems to cover a broad range of things. So this is an open Q&A. If you are someone who's been familiar with the channel, it's a great opportunity if you have any questions in alignment with the channel. Other than that, if you're new and you want to catch on to it and ask questions that are respectful and intelligent and not trolling. Give me just a moment while I put some people in timeout because that's frustrating. Okay. The lives, I really don't like the lives for the aspects of the trolls. So if I know I've been showing up for this daily for some time now, and there's been a few where I said I'm not going to continue showing up daily for this, but I still do anyways. And it's mostly because of the trolls. So when you see accounts out there of people that have their subscriptions and their memberships and communities, that's why, because our energy and our time is sacred. And we are here to use our energy to those that are also here to use energy for good. And if we're wasting our time with trolls, like I could be talking about a subject that I had planned right now, but instead I'm talking about basic human respect and decency. And but YouTube is so vast. The internet is vast. It is literally open to anyone that has an internet connection. And so that's why a lot of people do have their membership subscriptions, because it's worth it. It's worth it to us to know that we know who's in the group, that we know the conversations that we're talking about aren't just being trolled, that we know it's not just, yeah. So back to subjects. I believe this title, I don't know if you can see a title when it's live. I haven't joined other lives, so I don't really know what the other side looks like. Can I just do this on my phone? I don't have a working computer, so I don't have big screens and extra things. But I believe I put a title of Uncovering Core Wounds. And in the description, I put wounds are not flaws, but portals to presence, power, and empathy. And what do we mean by that? So there's certain things about my personality that I thought was just kind of certain things that everyone was able to pay attention to, certain psychological cues, certain body language cues. And then through some other nervous system education, trying to figure out how trauma affects the nervous system, I started learning more about ADHD. And then I started learning how some of things that I consider my natural skills and gifts were actually qualities that I developed through childhood trauma, such as like our wounds, they reveal the origin of a story, right? Like if you're a perfectionist, where did that come from as a child? Or people pleasing usually means that you had a lot of chaos as a child, and you just, if you just say what people want to hear, then you can avoid that chaos, right? So when we really think about the first times in our childhood of when we felt it wasn't safe to be seen, when we felt it wasn't safe to be ourselves, the very first time we got yelled at or scolded, or we made a choice and it ended up bad, and because we were so young and our brain wasn't, it literally wasn't developed to a point for us to understand it, these experiences either get shoved into our body's memory, or it does get put into our neurological system and creates behaviors. Like I am very attuned to the energy of a room, and I can pick up on people's subtle tone of voices, and I can instantly tell. I mean, and I feel like these are things that were universal. That if someone walks in a room, you can instantly tell the mood that they're in. And I thought that was a universal quality that anybody can do. So, CBD good for muscle cramps. Um, I am not sure. I haven't done research on CBD. It's I haven't. I've heard good things. So, but what I would say for muscle cramps is magnesium and water and movement. Movement. Even simple simple stretching or foam rolling, those type of things. But yeah, so back to the core wounds. If any of this sounds interesting, or not interesting, but um, like if you yourself have a story that you can maybe think of when you were a child of X happened, and then you can see that, oh, well, that caused Y to Z to happen. So another one of mine is I remember, I don't quite think I was playing tag with my friends because that seems a little irresponsible to be playing. I remember being in the basement of my house in the living room. So we have a couch and a chair and a fireplace and bookshelf, and there's plants. And I think maybe a ball or something went behind there, and I knocked over a plant, and one of my my father just lost it. And to this day, I'm still like, there's something about that that has made me not want to get in trouble for the rest of my life. As an adult, having outdoor sporting activities that are completely within legality and respect to nature and all these things. And I would find myself afraid of, are we allowed to do this? Are we going to get in trouble? Because I got yelled at for knocking over a plant when I was like 6 years old. And so it's just like this fear of you can't do anything because if something goes wrong, it's going to be backlash. So that's kind of one of a very simple core wound. Some other things. But yeah, so it's just like uncovering our core wounds. It really reflects how our gifts are, they're more of from adapting sometimes. And sometimes we don't realize what our gifts are until we look at what our childhood wounds are. Sometimes look at like, what is something that people say you're really good at? And is that thing that you're really good at, did that come from a circumstance as a child that you had to get good at that as a survival instinct for some reason or other? So just some things to think about. And Brian, I didn't say hello. Hola, Brian. All right, I'm going to open it up. If anyone has any Q&A, now's a time to do it. Otherwise, I'm going to be signing off. I like to keep these videos under 20 minutes. Otherwise, they take a really long time to upload. And even after like the 10 to 20 minute mark, it just escalates from there. Again, no computer technology, that's a thing. So also, I'm sure there's like, yeah, links somewhere. Anyways, open Q&A. No open Q&A. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign off then because I ramble. I ramble. And these live Q&As are great for interaction with Q&As. So I will be back tomorrow at 7. If you're new to my channel, go check out some of the videos. You'll usually come across something that's meant for you when you're meant to hear it. Awakening happens in layers. Our nervous system can't handle it all at once. Other than that, I'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's 1 hour ahead of California, 2 hours behind New York, and 8 hours behind the European area. So I will see you all tomorrow.